Good morning, America. For our viewers in the West, a shooting putting our nation's capital on edge, the nor'easter colliding with the Memorial Day travel rush, and instant classic in the NBA. Breaking overnight, deadly shooting in Washington, D.C. A young couple gunned down as Israeli embassy staffers were leaving an event. A suspect chanting "Free Palestine" taken into custody. Now, what we know about that shooter, as we hear from witnesses and the international outrage this morning. Breaking news for our viewers in the West. A small plane crashing down right in the middle of a San Diego neighborhood.
We got multiple explosions over here. We're doing evacuation. We got multiple houses on fire.
Emergency crews racing to the scene. We are tracking the latest.
Holiday weekend nor'easter as millions take off for the Memorial Day travel rush. Today expected to be the busiest day at our nation's airports.
Oval Office ambush. President Trump confronts South Africa's president, promoting false claims that white South African farmers are the victims of genocide.
The Pentagon accepting a luxury jumbo jet gift from Qatar, known as a Flying Palace, to serve as Air Force One. Democrats calling it bribery in plain sight, while President Trump dismisses national security and ethical concerns.
ABC News exclusive. Pentagon leaker Jack Teixeira breaks his silence from behind bars, serving time for one of the most consequential intelligence leaks in U.S. history. Newly obtained ring camera footage shows the FBI storming his home. And the question, would he do it all over again? Only on GMA this morning.
Mail carriers under attack.
Hey Siri, 911!
What thieves are going after, and it's not your mail.
It's like having the key to the city.
And the concerns about your identity protection.
Off track. The cheating scandal rocking IndyCar, and the two-time defending Indy 500 champ.
Absolutely sensational from Joseph Newgarden.
The fallout days before the Indy 500.
Plus, we have the new FDA warning about two popular allergy medications. Dr. Narula is going to break that down. We also have some breaking news as we come in here. Happened just moments ago. House Republicans have passed President Trump's spending and tax bill after an all-nighter by a single vote. We'll tell you what happens next.
But we're going to begin with the breaking news overnight. The deadly shooting in our nation's capital. Two Israeli embassy staffers, a young couple, killed last night while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum. A suspect is in custody. Our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, is on the scene. And Pierre, law enforcement sources are telling you that this has triggered an increase in security around the country. Good morning.
It has, Michael. Good morning. Washington, D.C. in a state of shock with evidence mounting of a brazen act of hate taking the lives of two members of the Israeli embassy in what some are already calling a brazen act of terrorism. Overnight, shots outside the Capitol Jewish Museum near the FBI's Washington, D.C. field office, killing a young couple with plans to marry, Yaron Lashinsky and his girlfriend, Sarah Milgram. The Israeli ambassador near tears while talking about them.
The couple that was gunned down tonight in the name of Free Palestine is a young couple about to be engaged. The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem.
Last casualty was 1 and 2. Response one active shooter.
The young couple gunned down at close range after leaving a celebration of young Jewish diplomats.
The suspect was observed pacing back and forth outside of the museum. He approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and opened fire, striking both of our decedents. After the shooting, the suspect then entered the museum.
Overnight, we spoke with Katie and Yoni, who were inside the museum at the time of the shooting.
So the suspect came over to where I was, and we offered him water, and he reaches into his backpack and pulls out a keffiyeh and says, "I did it. I did this for Gaza."
He wanted the cops to come in, and then he wanted to say, "I did it."
And a critical piece of evidence that could point to motive, something the suspect said, suggesting an apparent obsession with the Israeli-Hamas conflict.
The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody.
Here's the man police believe to be the suspect, hands behind his back, surrounded by police and security.
Free, free Palestine!
The suspect has been tentatively identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez of Chicago, Illinois.
A massive investigation now underway with the FBI trying to determine motive and whether there are any ties to terrorist organizations. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office saying he's shocked by the horrific anti-Semitic murder. The Attorney General, FBI Director, and President Trump all responding overnight. The tragedy is a painful reminder that the nation remains in a dangerous threat environment. And we're just in of a security incident at CIA headquarters. Sources telling ABC News that someone apparently rammed a gate at the facility and was shot by security. George?
Thanks, Pierre. Now to breaking news for our viewers in the West. Emergency crews have raced to the scene of an explosion after a small plane crashed down in a San Diego neighborhood. Houses and cars are on fire. Trevor Ault has the latest. Good morning, Trevor.
Good morning, George. And this is still a developing situation playing out right now. We've learned this plane was coming from Wichita, Kansas to a small airport in San Diego. It crashed into the Murphy Canyon neighborhood, hitting a number of homes and sparking several explosions. And right now, this entire neighborhood is evacuated. Smoke billowing from this San Diego neighborhood after a small private jet crashed overnight seconds before it was supposed to land.
We got multiple explosions over here. We're doing evacuation. We got multiple houses on fire.
Reports of people trapped inside the residence.
First responders racing to the scene, several hundred residents evacuated.
Front yards are completely saturated with fuel. Needs extreme caution doing evacs in those yards.
The FAA confirms it was a Cessna 550. This is still an active scene. So far, no details on potential victims.
Our goal is to make it through every home that plane touched down the street, do first and secondary searches to make sure that everybody's out.
The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board now investigating. Officials are also now working to determine the cause of this crash. Authorities did confirm at the time the plane went down, conditions were very foggy, though it's not yet 100% clear if weather was a factor here. According to authorities, this plane crash left, in their words, a giant field of debris. Guys.
We're going to turn now to the Memorial Day weekend travel rush. A nor'easter bringing rounds of heavy rain to millions this morning. And Ginger, you're tracking the latest?
Yeah, this camera tells us the entire story, doesn't it? Just covered in raindrops, but also it's going to be the wind. And I think that's where it goes from nuisance to potentially dangerous or impactful to your travel. And so here's that low pressure system. It's just going to hug the coast. We're going to see gusts anywhere from 20 to 55 miles per hour. Those showers are not constant, but it's going to feel like it. Look at Boston. Heavy rains at Thursday, 5 p.m. So this afternoon, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Long Island getting it. It sits and twirls, and then anybody from the Cape up to Bar Harbor. This is Friday, 2 p.m. A lot of people will be drying out on Friday, but it will still be showery, still be cloudy, and still be 5 to 15 degrees cooler than normal. That's Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Here's the trend. We're going to be cooler where you see the blue, warmer this weekend as we see the orange. So big division in our country here.
Okay, thank you, Ginger. We're going to turn now to President Trump's Oval Office confrontation with the president of South Africa, where Trump made false claims about a genocide against white farmers in that country. Chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce has the story. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning, George. Well, this really was a stunning scene in the Oval Office. In a confrontation produced for the cameras, President Trump lecturing the South African president and spreading those unproven claims of genocide. This morning, fallout from that Oval Office ambush. President Trump amplifying false claims that South Africa is engaged in genocide against white farmers. South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa came to the White House hoping for a fresh start.
We want to advance more trade between the two of us.
But President Trump had other plans.
They say there's a lot of bad things going on in Africa, and that's what we're going to be discussing today.
Trump determined to highlight those false claims that white South African farmers are being racially persecuted, claims that have also been pushed by Elon Musk, a native of South Africa. Despite banning nearly all refugees coming to the U.S., the Trump administration now making an exception for white South Africans, a plane load arriving in the U.S. just last week. The administration still cutting all aid to South Africa.
We have had a tremendous number of people, especially since they've seen this. Generally, they're white farmers, and they're fleeing South Africa.
Asked what it would take to convince him there is no genocide, President Ramaphosa jumping in.
It will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends.
But Trump digging in with the cameras rolling, dimming the lights.
You turn the lights down.
Showing what he claims is evidence, including video of an extremist South African politician calling for violence against white farmers. Trump also holding up a stack of articles he says proves it's happening. But Ramaphosa adamant the views in the video do not represent his government.
Our government policy is completely against what he was saying
Major political parties in South Africa and a South African judge agree, denying the existence of a white genocide in their country. South Africa does have a crime problem, and statistics show farmers are being murdered. But there is no evidence it is racially motivated or amounts to genocide. White farmers make up only 7% of the country, but own the vast majority of its farmland. Ramaphosa saying most of the victims of crime are black.
There is criminality in our country. People who do get killed, unfortunately through criminal activity, are not only white people. Majority of them are black people.
Trying to ease the tension, South Africa's president then joking he wishes he could be like the nation of Qatar and gift Trump a luxury jet.
I'm sorry I don't have a plane to give you.
I wish you did. I'd take it. I would take it.
Now, after the meeting, a spokesman for the South African president told us they expected to be confronted, saying, quote, "We knew that whenever heads of state come to the White House, you get a bit of a show." Michael.
Yeah, you do. Mary, thank you so much for that. Going to turn now to the Pentagon. And speaking of planes, because they formally accepted a luxury 747 as a gift from the government of Qatar for use as Air Force One. The gift raises ethical and national security questions. Our chief Washington correspondent John Carl is here in our studio with us with the story. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Michael. That's right. The Pentagon has made it official. The Trump administration is accepted that lavish 747-8 jumbo jet known as the Flying Palace, as we first reported here on ABC News, as a gift from the government of Qatar to be used as Air Force One.
President Trump brushed aside security and ethical concerns about his administration accepting the luxury jet as a gift from Qatar.
They're giving the United States Air Force a jet, okay? And it's a great thing.
A Pentagon spokesman says the gift, which is so lavish it's known as a Flying Palace, was accepted in, quote, accordance with all federal rules and regulations. The plane's value is estimated at as much as $400 million, but it will take millions more in taxpayer dollars to modify it to meet Air Force requirements to operate as the presidential aircraft. Although some of the president's Republican allies have raised questions about accepting such a big gift from a country with ties to China, Iran, and even Hamas, President Trump says there is nothing wrong with it.
Some people say, oh, you shouldn't accept gifts for the country. My attitude is, why wouldn't I accept the gift? We're giving to everybody else. Why wouldn't I accept the gift?
The Constitution bans any federal office holder from receiving a gift from any king, prince, or foreign state without the consent of Congress. As ABC News first reported, Attorney General Pam Bondi signed off on a plan for the Air Force to accept the plane as a gift and then transfer ownership to Trump's Presidential Library Foundation shortly before he leaves office. How that would work is unclear. The Pentagon referred questions to the Air Force saying, quote, details related to the contract are classified. The deal infuriating Democrats.
This gift screams national security risk. It is bribery in broad daylight. Donald Trump is thumbing his nose at Republicans and practically daring them to stop him.
Some Republicans have made it clear they don't like the idea of accepting this plane as a gift either. As for the details about the transfer of the plane to the presidential library, the White House press secretary told me that the intention is still to have that plane go to the library, but the details will be ironed out later. We'll see.
To be determined.
To be determined.
All right, John. Our thanks to you. Now to that breaking news this morning, the House passing President Trump's budget bill. Senior political correspondent Rachel Scott is here with us with more. Good morning, Rachel.
Robin, good morning to you. Lawmakers up even earlier than all of us this morning because after a marathon 21-hour hearing on Capitol Hill, an extensive debate on the House floor, and a slew of changes at the 11th hour, House Republicans have now officially passed that sweeping bill with the president's agenda. And this was a close one. In the end, 2 Republicans voted against the bill, along with all Democrats. They could only afford to lose 3 Republicans. The official name, the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. The package extends Trump's 2017 tax cuts, lifts federal income tax on tips and overtime, sets aside nearly $50 billion to resume construction of the border wall. It also slashes federal spending by more than $1.5 trillion, but the cuts to Medicaid could leave more than 8 million Americans without health insurance over the next decade. Now, next, the bill will head to the Senate, where it's likely to face even more challenges, so this is not a done deal yet. yet, guys.
Okay, Rachel, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the latest on the Louisiana jailbreak. 5 of the 10 escapees are still on the run as 2 more people have been arrested for helping them. Faith Abube is in New Orleans with the story. Good morning, Faith.
Yeah, good morning to you, George. Only one of the inmates authorities are accusing these women of either contacting before or helping after they escaped this jail has now been recaptured. There are 2 others who are part of that group still unaccounted for.
This morning, 2 women arrested in New Orleans, accused of helping some of the inmates who escaped a local jail nearly a week ago. Courtney Harris allegedly transporting 2 of the fugitives to multiple locations. And Cavante Baptiste charged with helping 19-year-old Corey Boyd get food before his arrest at his grandmother's house.
If you help them, you will be prosecuted.
5 suspects still unaccounted for after 10 inmates crawled through a hole behind a toilet in a cell and escaped the Orleans Parish Jail last Friday. A jail plumber, Sterling Williams, arrested for shutting off water to the toilet. His attorney calling allegations that his client helped the inmates ridiculous, telling ABC News the day before the escape, a deputy verbally asked Williams to shut off the water because the fixture was clogged.
The man did his job and unfortunately was used by these escapees and is now being sacrificed by the sheriff.
And Michael, even though that arrest warrant also says that an inmate threatened Sterling to shank him if he refused to shut off that water, his attorney dismissed that, saying that it was mischaracterized in his interview with authorities and that his client did nothing wrong and he was just doing his job. Michael.
All right, Faith, thank you so much for that. And we're going to turn now to mail theft on the rise. The new investigation from our station, WABC, shows criminals stealing master keys from postal workers, unlocking not just mailboxes, but access to people's identities. Some of the incidents caught on tape, as you see there. Eva Pilgrim is here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, Michael. It's a growing problem all across the country. Thieves stealing your personal information straight from your mail, and they discovered the key to getting what they want, now targeting the person who delivers your mail.
Caught on camera, mail carriers under attack. This one in Millburn, New Jersey. 2 men not taking the mail or the carrier's wallet, but a key.
It's become a very dangerous job being a letter carrier.
Experts say the thieves want this, an arrow key.
It's like having the key to the city.
The key is special because it's what a mail carrier uses to open any mailbox in a given zip code.
It's a treasure trove for a criminal.
The thieves then able to get their hands on information to help them steal your identity.
It is a nightmare.
This woman telling WABC's investigative reporter Dan Croth that her new driver's license was taken right out of her mailbox, and with it, her identity.
Day after day, they're doing something like they're opening the bank account, they're opening a credit card.
Experts say the thieves are not just using the keys, but selling them to other criminals on the dark web. In Florida, police say the 4 suspects in this video used a stolen postal key to steal about 200 pounds of mail at an apartment complex, including credit cards and personal information, and then went on a shopping spree. The Postal Inspection Service telling ABC News that it has taken significant action to counter mail crimes. For those who are now trying to reclaim their stolen identities, they say nothing is more important than keeping your information safe.
And the Postal Service telling us they are working to phase out those old keys and replace them with electronic locks. The goal, of course, being to keep their letter carriers out of harm's way and to keep your mail safe.
Yeah, scary to see that video, though.
Very
just
scary.
Trying to do your job and get attacked like that. All right, Eva, you're not going anywhere because you're gonna be back with a cheating scandal that's rocking racing.
Yeah, Penske, it's one of the biggest names in racing. Now his IndyCar team is accused of cheating, modifying their cars to make them faster. The fallout this morning, just days before the Indy 500, George.
Also had an exclusive with the former Massachusetts Air National Guardsman who pled guilty to leaking military documents. We're going to tell what he's saying now about his actions to Lindsay Davis.
And the new FDA warning about 2 popular allergy medications.
Stay right there because we are just getting started on this Thursday morning. We got a lot more GMA coming up.
Now, first new at 7:30. A judge has ruled the Trump administration violated his court order by deporting 8 men to South Sudan. The judge had barred officials from sending migrants to a country other than their own without adequate due process. And it's the end of an era for Inside Edition host Deborah Norville. She has signed off after anchoring the show since 1995. What a run she has had, and she'll be back in the fall with a trivia show.
Also, Indianapolis Colts owner Jim Irsay has died at the age of 65. Irsay took over the team in 1997 at just 37 years old, becoming the youngest owner in the league. The Colts went on to 2 Super Bowls during his tenure, winning 1. Ownership of the team is expected to go to Irsay's daughters.
Now we have the Memorial Day weekend. This morning kicks off what's expected to be the busiest day of the holiday weekend for flying. Morgan Norwood standing by with the best and worst times to hit the road. But first, let's go to Whit Johnson, who's at Newark Airport for us. Good morning, Whit.
Hey, Robin, good morning to you. It's starting to fill up here at Newark, and with the holiday weekend marking the unofficial start of summer, the FAA is expecting a record number of travelers, and today is likely to be the busiest day at the airports. Nearly 54,000 planes in the sky. AAA is predicting more than 3.6 million air travelers over the Memorial Day weekend. And we just got new numbers from the TSA. They expect to screen 18 million passengers and crew, and that includes those taking multiple flights. And here at Newark Liberty International Airport, they're actually slashing the number of flights following several incidents with air traffic control and staffing shortages. These cuts are designed to free up airspace with the hope to avoid those excessive cancellations and delays. But it's not just here at Newark. Yesterday at the Austin, Texas airport, flights had to be grounded because of more air traffic control staffing issues. And now in a letter to Congress, the CEOs of 10 major airlines are urging lawmakers to take immediate action. And now remember, if you are traveling this weekend, you need to have that real ID or some other form of official documentation like a passport. The TSA says since that new rule went into effect, about 93% of travelers have followed them. So far, off to a good start. George.
Okay, Whit, thanks very much. That's the air. Now to the roads. Let's go to Morgan Norwood at the George Washington Bridge in New Jersey. Hey, Morgan.
Hey, George, good morning to you. Between the messy weather and the packed airports, as Whit was just mentioning, the third headache, no doubt, is going to be the roads here. We're already starting to see a rainy and slow start for drivers trying to get ahead of this holiday traffic. Speaking of the holiday traffic, AAA projects 40 million Americans will drive to their Memorial Weekend destinations. That is the most in 25 years. And if you're one of the millions that are getting on the move, the silver lining is it won't cost you as much to fill up this year. Gas prices this morning averaging $3.19 a gallon nationwide. That's down 42 cents from last year, so looking pretty good. So say I convinced you on that road trip. Now let's plan it out together. The worst time to drive, it's late afternoon. Early morning is the best time to leave. Leave any later, you could be sitting in holiday gridlock traffic, especially in your major cities like New York, like Los Angeles, Boston, D.C., you name it. Bottom line, expect delays, and again, give yourself some extra time, guys.
All right.
About that.
Yep.
Sorry, Michael.
Thank you. No, it's all good, George. We're going to turn now to the ABC News exclusive interview with Jack Teixeira, the former Air National Guardsman sentenced to 15 years for leaking classified information online. ABC News Live anchor Lindsay Davis spoke with him, and you're joining us this morning. Tell us about it. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning to you guys. It was a really revealing conversation. The FBI says his actions created, quote, exceptionally grave and long-lasting damage to the national security of the United States. And given that assessment, Teixeira made a stunning admission, saying he thinks he would do it all over again.
This call is from Jack Teixeira. Hello, is this Lindsay?
This morning, for the first time, the man responsible for one of the most consequential intelligence leaks in U.S. history is speaking out from behind bars. Former Air National Guardsman Jack Teixeira is currently serving a 15-year prison sentence after pleading guilty to 6 counts of willful retention and transmission of classified information relating to the national defense.
My intent was to educate the United States populace, people, about what was going on. It was not to harm the United States as a country because I love my nation. I'm a patriot.
The now 23-year-old shared top-secret information, including troop movements related to the war in Ukraine. He did it on Discord, a chat platform popularized by gamers. The government says in an attempt to impress anonymous friends on the internet.
In your sentencing memorandum, there was a psychiatrist who talked about your experience with the Discord community, saying that you felt for the first time in your life accepted and understood. Would you say that that's why you shared the information with them?
That I was accepted and understood by them? I would say that was more of a secondary factor because, of course, you need people that you can trust when, I guess, doing something like that. But it was really going to happen regardless.
As an IT specialist in the National Guard, Teixeira had a top-secret security clearance, one the Pentagon says he needed to do his job. But prosecutors say he exploited that access. According to the indictment, another document shared included discussing a plot by a foreign adversary to target United States forces abroad.
Do you feel at all that you betrayed your country?
I don't feel that I betrayed my country at all. Just the opposite. I believe that I educated a lot of the people who have been kept in the dark and who were being lied to about this, concerning all of the things that had been going on.
But at his sentencing hearing in November, Teixeira appeared remorseful, telling the judge, "I'm sorry for all of the harm that I've caused and wrought to my friends, family, and those overseas. I don't think I can really sum up how contrite I am."
Has that changed?
So what I had said was I was sorry for how what I had done affected my family and my friends. I never necessarily apologized for my actions, but how they affected others that I cared about.
Ring camera footage we're showing for the first time chronicles the moments the FBI stormed in to seize his devices.
What you really deep down want to say is, what were you thinking? It was hard to not ask him why.
His mother, Dawn, is still processing it all.
Did you, as his mother, have a sense of the gravity of him leaking these military secrets?
No. It was a complete surprise to me. That morning, the New York Times reporters came down my driveway asking to see him. That was the first inkling I had that anything was awry. I still didn't believe it. It was unbelievable to me.
If you had the chance to do this again, would you take the same action?
I believe that I would. Considering everything that was going on at the time, I believe I would have, yes.
An attorney for Teixeira filed an application for a pardon from President Trump on Wednesday. Such a request is typically submitted after a federal sentence has been completed, though his application notes that he is seeking a full pardon rather than only a commutation of his sentence. Ultimately, it'll be up to the Trump administration to deny or his petition potentially or approve it. And we're going to have much more of that conversation tonight on ABC News Live Crime.
I'm sure there's much more.
There is.
All right. Thanks for coming in, Lindsay. Appreciate it.
The shakeup in the world of auto racing. IndyCar was rocked by a cheating scandal days before the Indianapolis 500. Eva Pilgrim back with the details. Hello again, Eva.
Hey again, George. It's called the greatest spectacle in racing, and amidst the backdrop of a sold-out grandstand, there is now a spectacle, but it's not on the racetrack.
Absolutely sensational from Joseph Newgarden.
This morning, controversy swirling around defending Indy 500 champ and fan favorite Joseph Newgarden after his car was found with an illegal modification during qualifiers.
The thing that strikes me the most about this rule is the gravity of the violation. This is the world's largest motorsport event, the Indianapolis 500.
It was found during Sunday's qualifier. Commentators describing the issue on the back of the car.
You can see the kind of two different carbon weaves here, and it's this line right here that sort of separates the two, where the two have been stuck together. That would be a slight lip. And when you're trying to make an Indy car go as fast as possible in a straight line, you try to eliminate any lips, any edges, anything like that. What the Penske team seemed to have done is fill it in, and you can see right here how that darkened area in here is kind of where it's been bond out or filled in some way, and this is a part you are not allowed to modify.
These cars are going 230 miles an hour, and when they spin around and back hard into the wall, the driver is very much at risk. So they have this thing called the attenuator that is supposed to cushion the impact and take some of the blow away from the driver. So they don't want anybody to modify this or touch this in any way because it's a safety concern.
Newgarden and fellow Team Penske driver Will Power moved to the back of the grid for the Indy 500. The team fined $100,000 for each car. Team Penske firing 3 senior leaders in the wake of the controversy. The owner of Team Penske, Roger Penske, a racing legend, is also the owner of IndyCar, facing an extra level of scrutiny.
There's a certain amount of credibility you have to have. It's integrity, individually and collectively, our team, the sport, and I think we let people down.
Newgarden was chasing a historic three-peat in Indy, but now at least one of his previous wins is in question. Many noticing his 2024 victory-winning car on display at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Museum also has that same illegal modification.
Typically, most motorsports drivers, if a team is found to be breaking the rules, they don't know what it did. They don't know what the team did. They just get in and drive the car.
Okay, so I covered the 500. One of the things that happens at every race before every qualifier, they inspect these cars. So a lot of people are questioning how this could happen, how this got past the inspection, and especially with Team Penske, because Roger Penske is known for Penske perfect, that this would happen with one of his teams is really surprising.
It is. It's so disappointing right before the big race.
Yeah. And hopefully it'll be a good race.
Yeah, sure it will be.
It'll be a good pace car drive because I'm driving the pace car.
There you go. Yeah.
There we go. All right, coming up. Yeah, breaking at 8. That wasn't the breaking at 8 news. This is the breaking at 8 news. The new FDA warning about 2 popular allergy medications.
Good morning, America. It's 8 a.m. Breaking overnight, deadly shooting in Washington, D.C. A young couple gunned down as Israeli embassy staffers were leaving an event. The attacker chanting "Free Palestine" taken into custody. Now what we know about the shooter as we hear from witnesses and the international outrage this morning.
Breaking news for our viewers in the West. A small plane crashing down right in the middle of a San Diego neighborhood.
We got multiple explosions over here. We're doing evacuations. We got multiple houses on fire.
Emergency crews racing to the scene. We are tracking the latest.
Graduation game changer. How some teens are skipping college and hitting it big, earning 6 figures by age 20. Is it the new path to prosperity?
And we're counting down to a new season of Dancing with the Stars. We already know Robert Irwin will be entering the ballroom. This morning, find out who else will be fighting for the Mirrorball Trophy. As we say, good morning, America.
Live from Times Square, it's Thursday. Good morning, America.
You feel like dancing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right, George? Yeah, got a wink out of him. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's dancing to George. Good morning, America. You are looking at the next celebrity who'll try to tango to the top of the scoreboard.
Got some moves.
You think you know who it is? Ooh. I'll give you one hint. Obviously, it's not me. But no matter what, that's no matter what Alfonso said. He's been trying to get me to do the show. But all will be revealed. And that is coming up.
Yep, and also just ahead, the new warning about a potential side effect from some popular over-the-counter allergy medications.
First, look at the top stories breaking at 8. We start with that breaking news overnight, the shooting in our nation's capital. 2 Israeli embassy staffers, a young couple, were killed last night while leaving an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum. The attacker is in custody. I want to go back to our Chief Justice correspondent, Pierre Thomas, on the scene. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. The nation's capital is in a state of shock after a cold-blooded act of hate apparently tied to the Israeli-Hamas war. Overnight, shots outside the Capitol Jewish Museum near the FBI's Washington, D.C. field office, killing a young couple with plans to marry, Yaron Lashinsky and his girlfriend, Sarah Milgram.
The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend next week in Jerusalem.
The young couple gunned down at close range after leaving a celebration of young Jewish diplomats. Overnight, we spoke with Katie and Yoni, who were inside the museum at the time of the shooting.
So the suspect came over to where I was, and we offered him water, and he reaches into his backpack and pulls out a keffiyeh and says, "I did it. I did this for Gaza."
He wanted the cops to come in, and then he wanted to say, "I did it."
The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody.
Here's the man police believe to be the suspect, hands behind his back, surrounded by police and security.
Free, free Palestine! The suspect has been tentatively identified as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez of Chicago, Illinois.
A massive investigation now underway with the FBI trying to determine motive and whether there are any ties to terrorist organizations. The Attorney General, FBI Director, and President Trump all responding overnight. The tragedy a reminder that the nation remains in a dangerous threat environment. And word just in of a security incident at CIA headquarters. Sources telling ABC News that someone apparently rammed a gate at the facility and was shot by security. Michael?
Yeah, thoughts with their families there, Pierre. Thank you so much.
We have breaking news. Let's get right to it.
Good morning, George. And we just heard from officials moments ago who confirmed this is a deadly plane crash. This happened in the Murphy Canyon neighborhood of San Diego early this morning, about 3:45. And this ignited a number of vehicles and impacted at least 15 homes. 100 people evacuated, really the entire neighborhood, one of the largest military neighborhoods, according to officials, in the entire world. This plane came down there. We know that authorities have confirmed that at least 2 people have been killed. They're still working to confirm how many people had been on board. And while there were a number of explosions and a number of homes that were impacted, they did say that no one was taken from the scene to the hospital. Now, we are still working to determine what exactly caused this crash. Officials said that this was very foggy at the time. Still not 100% clear if weather was a factor here, but a deadly plane crash, a scary situation in San Diego, George.
Thank you, Trevor.
Now we have a GMA health alert. The FDA is warning about a rare but severe reaction tied to stopping certain allergy medications like Zyrtec after long-term use. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Narula, tell us what we need to know here. What are we talking about?
Well, we've been talking about what a bad allergy season it is, and these are very commonly used drugs. As you mentioned, we're talking about Zyrtec and Xyzal. So the FDA is basically putting out a warning that they are going to require prescribers to put on the labels that says that rarely, if you have used these drugs for days, months, weeks, years, you can develop a side effect if you stop the drugs, where you develop itching. The itching can be widespread. It happens usually within a few days of stopping the drug, and in some cases it did require medical intervention. Now, most of these cases occurred with Zyrtec. Most on average were in people who had used the drug for about 33 months. We don't really know the mechanism, but to keep it in perspective, in 2022 there were over 60 million of these packages bought over the counter, over 26 million prescriptions, and from 2017 to 2023 there were only 209 cases of this worldwide. So we're talking about something that's very rare overall.
Yeah, but still, if it's happening to you.
If you're itching, it's not comfortable.
That's
Correct.
right. Okay, so what if you're somebody who takes these medications on a regular basis and you're worried about stopping?
Yeah, so certainly it's something worth talking to your doctor about, or if you do stop it, you should bring that up with your doctor if you start to develop itching. The FDA did say that in some cases, if you go back on the drug, if you are itching, that does seem to relieve the symptoms, or going back on the drug and tapering down slowly can also help to relieve the itching if that happens. And then it's good to know there are alternatives to these drugs. So we think about other drugs in that kind of class, like Claritin or Allegra, or nasal sprays or nasal steroids. So definitely worth talking to your doctor, even an allergist.
Because you see these advertised so frequently on air.
You do, and a lot of people just take these things every day, and they may not even need them on a daily basis year long, but certainly it's something to be aware of if you do start to itch.
There you go. Thanks so much, Dr.
Thank
Rula.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Doc. Coming up in our GMA Morning menu, imagine earning 6 figures before you're 20. How some kids are skipping college and hitting it big.
Also ahead, Robin Arzón is back with our new series. Look at her, Strong Mama, talking mental health. She has some affirmations that you're going to want to hear.
Plus, Cynthia Nixon is here to tell us about the new season of And Just Like That. And Larry's upstairs with Tori Johnson.
That was a big clap from me. I'm so excited about Cynthia. I'm also really excited about Tori. She has the summer kickoff of Deals and Steals, and let me tell you, it's a whopper. Everything you need to enjoy the warm weather at sizzling prices. Coming up on Good Morning America, $7? This is fantastic.
I'm excited. Go. I'm watching. I love that song.
Did you even see?
Oh, we're gonna be late. Come on, turn that off. Go get your shoes.
That's like a superpower.
Little preview there. We had a great time when Lilo actress Maya Kealoha and Stitch were here, and we have Courtney B. Vance here in Times Square tomorrow when Lilo and Stitch opens in theaters.
Yep, looks like a lot of fun. We're going to turn now to our GMA cover story. The high school students graduating with $70,000 a year job offers. They're skipping college and learning trades in school. And it's a story we first saw in the Wall Street Journal. Will Reeve is back with more. Good morning again, Will.
Hello again, Michael. Historically, attending college has been a goal for many. Getting a degree theoretically has added to one's earning potential, but college is expensive and debt can pile up. So foregoing college and learning a trade has proven to be the most sensible and lucrative move for a new generation.
Marcus Trigueros is still weeks away from graduating high school, but the 18-year-old already has a plan for the future.
I just got a job at a company called Holtec International, and they make nuclear containers.
Trigueros is one of 24 students in the welding program at Father Judge High School in Philadelphia, all graduating with job offers.
In these type of blue-collar jobs, all these jobs can generate 6 figures at a very young age with no college debt.
I wasn't the best studier, so it was hard for me to get good grades, and I didn't know how the college where I was going to go for me. But when I saw the welding program, I saw an opportunity to be successful like other college students without needing that degree.
With 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. owing student debt from college, trade programs offer an alternative, giving teens hands-on training outside of traditional classrooms to learn trades like welding, plumbing, and so much more.
You don't hear kids waking up saying, I want to be a longshoreman. I want to be an electrician. I want to be a welder. There's definitely a shortage in people going into the trades. So that makes the demand and the pay skyrocket for us.
18-year-old Anthony Calabrese attended the Heavy Metal Summer Experience in Chicago last year. The free summer program introducing kids around the country to sheet metal, piping, and plumbing trades.
I actually had no idea about any of the trades before I got into the program. To get hands-on experience in these fields was awesome.
Calabrese, now an employee of Sheet Metal Works and working toward a union apprenticeship. In just 4 years, he could be earning $60 an hour.
It feels like I'm starting off young and I'm ready to definitely advance myself.
It feels nice to know like that I'm wanted and that there's like a role for me to fill, that I have a unique set of skills people want and looking for.
As one student heading into the trade said, it feels nice to know that we are in demand. And with 1 in 4 adults in the U.S. in some sort of college debt, this does make a lot of sense for a lot of young people.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, Will.
You got hungry. Another great idea. Pop news.
I agree. Thank you, Michael. We're going to begin, everybody, with Oscar winner Tom Hanks bringing his talents back to the stage. Hanks is writing and starring in an upcoming off-Broadway production of This World of Tomorrow. It's based on a collection of stories that Hanks published in 2017. It tells the story of a time-traveling scientist on a quest for true love, and he ends up at the 1939 World's Fair in Flushing, Queens. I can see this on stage. It happens in New York. This will be the first time that Hanks has performed on a New York stage in over a decade, but he's got a pretty good track record, guys. He was nominated for a Tony for his performance in 2013's Lucky Guy. I do remember that. The World of Tomorrow debuts at the Shed Theater on October 30th, and it runs for 8 weeks. I am in. So excited about that. All right, also popping this morning, we have an exclusive for you, thanks to our friends at the Disney Channel. It is the very first look at the next installment in the Zombies franchise with the first official trailer for Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires.
What is this place?
Hey!
Daywalker! Vampires! Chill, chill, chill!
The vampires and daywalkers hate each other. We come from a town where all monsters live together.
That is not gonna happen.
Fight for what you believe in.
One of our towns won't survive.
It's them or us.
All right, if you haven't seen this, think High School Musical with vampires and zombies. I mean, what could be bad about this? So good. Milo Manheim, Meg Donnelly returning for the 4th movie. And as you saw, it is about daywalkers versus vampires. And just like the ones before, it's packed with great music. 9 new songs and some killer moves. The first single, The Place to Be, streaming right now. Zombies 4 premieres July 10th on Disney Channel. Streams the next day on Disney+. That looks really, really fun. Thank you, Disney. And then finally, everybody, graduation season well underway this morning, and we want to give a special shout out to this guy, our Will Reeve, everybody. He gave the most poignant, emotional, beautiful commencement address to the class of 2025 at his alma mater, the Brunswick School in Connecticut, yesterday. Take a look.
I lived my life determined to live up to the Reeve family name, to be everything they knew I could be. And it is nice when people tell me that my parents must be so proud of me, because I like to think that they are too. But I know all that they would want for me is that I make myself proud. So when I do that, I am living their values and I'm being everything I know I can be.
It was so beautiful. I was so proud to be there. Will also shared that, I'm sorry, I'm going to talk about you even though you're sitting right here.
I'll take it.
Earmuffs, please. Will shared that he found his love of writing at Brunswick. He also said it's okay to not know what you want to do with the rest of your life, guys. That's what college is for. So be courageous. Try everything and anything that's even a little bit appealing. I thought that was such good advice. He also said that he learned how to tie his own tie at Brunswick, which has come in handy. City for his life here with us at Good Morning America. So Brunswick, you did good.
Thank you for being there.
Oh, it was so great to go. And Duff was there, my son, because he also attended. And Will was his big brother.
Yeah, I was in high school. Duff was what, in like kindergarten?
Yeah.
That's when we first met.
Yep.
Hung out. It was really nice. I was the guy crying about high school, which was kind of weird, but it was really awesome. And thank you. It was so nice.
It was really, really moving.
Yeah.
There was not a dry eye in the house, and those boys were
I was
listening
so
to
nervous,
every
like so much more nervous.
I have
for that
never
than
seen
this.
Will Reeve nervous. I saw it yesterday.
I had red ears.
I can say that is a nice,
Yeah.
that is a nice knot on your tie. Buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I only know how to do one type of knot.
That's all you need.
In high school.
That's all you need.
You nailed it.
It's working out for you. Congrats.
It is time now for Deals and Steals, and as we get ready for Memorial Day weekend, Tori is here with savings to help you kick off your summer. Let's get it going here.
Let's do it. Sunny days. I love a summer night around a fire pit.
Yeah.
So s'mores, stories, sing-alongs, whatever you want to do. It makes really great memories. It makes a lot of fun. These are pretty fabulous. It's a very durable yet portable. We've got a combination, a big variety of options that you'll be able to see online, but there's heavy-duty steel as well as cast iron, depending on what works for you. I would have loved to have big roaring fire here in the studio so that we could have done our s'mores, but you get the gist. Right. They're all 50% off today, starting at $45.
A lot of cool designs here.
Really beautiful designs.
I was telling you about Amber. She is a birder.
Yes,
Man.
she is. And what is amazing about Feather Snap is that she could be in Key West and seeing what the bird action is in Connecticut because these are Wi-Fi enabled. So they've got a solar panel on top, Wi-Fi enabled, and they are going to send photos and a live stream video right to your phone so that you can see the action that's happening in real time with the birds in your yard. So these are amazing. This can mount right onto a tree. It's got this really great little flip lid right here to be able to fill it. So easy. They have thought of every single detail on these. So if you are an experienced birder or somebody who just wants to get into the joy of nature and the wonder of nature, these are fabulous. They're 50% off plus free shipping from Feather Snap.
Oh.
Okay. These truly are the showstoppers of summer. Little gadgets that kind of get the oohs and ahs from Talisman Designs. So we know that summer's all about the corn, so we've got big assortment of all of their corn gadgets. So everything from, we've got the picks and the dishes here. This is called, they've got a butter boy and a butter girl that's gonna then help to instantly butter your hot, steamy corn. These right here to me are like the MVP. This one, the cherry chomper, in one little snap like this, it's going to take the pit right out of your cherry instantly for you. That's an awesome one that's going to slice a strawberry. So you get those beautiful slices, and it would take off the top, the stem as well. So if you're making really beautiful boards or you need it for a salad, same with the grape chopper. They've really thought of everything in this collection.
Brilliant.
So smart, all slash in half, $7 to $13 for just a little more joy in your summer picnics.
Okay, so when we're traveling this summer.
Yes, okay, so I'm sure you remember a few weeks ago, Emma and I brought you the Nori.
I remember.
We are both obsessed with this. It is an iron, you can steam iron and press in this one device. It's sold out really fast, and viewers said, please bring it back. So, and not only did they want me to bring it back, but they asked, what about Nori's other product too? So we brought this. This is the easiest way to be able to iron clothes without an ironing board. So it could just be on a hanger, and you could, you could iron like this. It really, truly works. It is fabulous. And then we also have right here, this is their high performance. It's called the Trim. I put it on just so you can see it truly is high performance, and it's going to remove the pills and the fuzz from clothing, which enables your clothing to always look brand new. You can kind of revitalize clothing with one little device, less expensive than investing in a new wardrobe. You will get the set. We have paired them for you today at 50% off.
50% off?
50% off.
That's a great deal.
You got it. Another one, we love rock flower paper. We've got 3 different options from them. So this one right here is the really great microfiber towel. What I love is you get 2 different patterns in one towel. It also is, look at how compact that towel is. It's so compact, so there's absolutely no bulk, but don't mistake that for no absorbency. It's high absorbent, sand resistant, it's quick drying as well. These bags are one of our favorites in this studio. They fold up like this, you cart them anywhere you want to go, all slashed in half today from Rock Flower Paper.
It's so practical.
And then some new sneakers.
Oh, this is new.
Woollamaloo, new on GMA. They are a knitted merino wool sneaker. You slip right in. It is breathable, so your foot will stay cool and dry. Feel how lightweight.
Yes.
It is lightweight. It is flexible, so it moves with you as opposed to against you. It is durable. It really holds its shape. It will not stretch out. It is machine washable. It is for men and women. We have slip-ons and lace-ups.
Beautiful.
Kind of checks every box. They're also fun looking. You know, there's if you can go for the fun pattern or the solids.
I love this.
Ultra comfortable. I've been testing them out. I'm a fan. Half off today, just for GMA viewers.
Tori will be back on GMA 3 with more on these digital deals.
Oh yeah, oh my goodness, you mentioned it. I almost forgot it. We got the big digital deals.
And we partner with all of these companies on these great deals, and you can get them on our website. You think I would forget that? I wouldn't forget that.
No, you always got me.
All right.
You always got me.
Welcome back to GMA, live from Times Square.
Welcome back, everybody. Season 34 of Dancing with the Stars is just a few months away. We've already revealed the first cast member, Robert Irwin, and now we are about to reveal the next celebrity joining him in the ballroom. She's a social media superstar with 7.5 million followers on TikTok and 1 billion likes.
Wow.
Wow is right. She made the Forbes 30 Under 30 list for social media, and she's a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Please welcome Alix Earle. Come on out, Alix.
Hi, Alix.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Great to see you.
You look beautiful.
Great to see you.
I didn't want to ruin anything.
Me. Oh my gosh, this is so surreal.
Michael, isn't it? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to just brag about you even more. So today you're on the cover of the Wall Street Journal.
Yes.
Guys, take a look at this cover. Oh yeah, there it is, up in Times Square right now.
Wow.
How influencer Alix Earle became Gen Z's savviest pitchwoman. That's a pretty nice title.
That's a nice title,
You
yeah.
also starred in not 1, but 2 of the biggest commercials at the Super Bowl. And now this. What made you decide to take the plunge and do Dancing with the Stars?
I mean, I've always been a fan of Dancing with the Stars. I used to watch it when I was so young with my grandma, and she would always say to me, like, you know, maybe one day you could be on there. I was so in love with dance. And when this opportunity came to me, it was like, what can I do next? Like, where can I take this? And I mean, I'm ready to challenge myself. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So it was like a very obvious answer to say yes.
Okay, an easy yes.
It was an easy yes.
That's great.
And you danced competitively in high school.
I did.
How will that help you feel?
Well, I danced when I was little until my sophomore year of high school, and I don't know, it wasn't like I was that great or anything, but at least, you know, I know an 8 count in dance, and I would like to say I have some rhythm, maybe, possibly, but I've never done ballroom dancing or danced with a partner before, so that's going to be a whole new venture for me, and might have lost a little bit of my flexibility and skills over the years, so I'm excited to, you know, get back in there and get training.
Yeah, I bet. So I know everybody loves your Get Ready With Me TikToks. You've got like 6.8 million views. We wondered if you're going to do a Dancing with the Stars edition with, like, you know, the usual glitter, spray tan, sequins.
Oh my gosh.
Will you incorporate?
Of course, yes. And I was just learning about how they custom tailor all the outfits to you, and, like, I mean, the costumes on that show, the glam, it's a whole nother world.
Next
so
level.
I'm so excited for it. Like, there's one thing about me, I love dressing up. Like, Halloween's my favorite, so I'm like, I'm gonna take an opportunity to go above and beyond every week.
I would too.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Is there someone you hope to be partnered with?
I don't know, honestly. I figured you guys may ask that, but I would be grateful to be with anyone. I think they're all so talented, and just looking for a partner that's, you know, going to be a good time, a good friend, and really, like, push me to be my best.
Do you feel like, I mean, I think I know the answer to this, but do you feel like you're going to call on your followers, the loyal, to help you? Do you think that your big audience will give you an edge?
I hope that the Earle girls will come out and support me.
Girls.
I hope so. But yeah, I'm excited, and I'm excited to be able to, like, vlog it all as well. well. And that's the fun thing about what I do on social media, is keeping up with everything I do in real time. So being able to just share that, the behind the scenes process, because I know as someone who was like glued to the TV last year with Dancing with the Stars,
such a good
and on
season.
social media, I'm like, give me the drama. What's the tea? Like, who's dating? I want to know. So I'm excited to see it in real life and be able to share it.
So you're going to give us the drama in the tea?
Yeah. I'll
Okay.
be the inside scoop.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you-
love that.
And I'm sure we will see you back here many times on
Yes.
GMA now
Oh
that
my
you're
God.
a member of the cast of Dancing with the Stars. And good luck.
Thank
Good
you.
luck,
Thank you
Alex.
guys
We're
for having
excited.
me.
Decided to go for it.
Thank you. I'm very excited.
And you know, you can read the digital cover story on WSJ.com. Congratulations on that cover, too.
Thank you.
Now, you can read that right now. And season 34 Dancing with the Stars airs this fall live on ABC and Disney Plus, and streaming the next day on Hulu and Hulu on Disney. So you just turn on your TV, it'll be there waiting for you.
What a great morning. We are back with our series, Strong Mama. Speaking of Strong Mama, that woman right over there. And this morning, we want to shine a light on something that affects so many new mothers. We're talking about mental health and how taking care of yourself means taking care of your family. The challenges of pregnancy are unlike any other.
Being pregnant with twins was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. I get winded really easily, exhausted.
And for 30-year-old Kelsey Pettaway, the obstacles weren't just physical. Becoming a mom took a toll on her mental health as well.
I would sometimes sit on the couch and for no reason at all, just start crying. And it just didn't feel like me. It's not something you think that would happen to you. It was nowhere on my radar that I would be diagnosed with postpartum depression and anxiety.
A recent study found that about 1 in 8 women report symptoms of postpartum depression.
Your whole life changes. It's just hard.
And for Kelsey, support from friends and family is what got her through.
I would literally run myself into the ground because I didn't want to feel like a failure. That's why you have a village. And I had to learn, I have to lean on them. Tackling postpartum depression, one task at a time.
And now she's hoping to do the same for others, using her online platform of over 30,000 to help new moms feel seen, supported, and less alone.
When I opened up, I had a whole community of women, telling me that they went through the same thing.
Today, Kelsey is embracing motherhood and prioritizing her mental health, all while sharing a message of hope and perseverance.
Don't be afraid to ask for help. That does not mean you failed. It just means you're human. And if you need the help, receive the help.
Amen to that. And to those moms who are struggling with mental health, you are not alone. Our GMA contributor and strong mama herself, Robin Arzon. Thank you so much again. It was well received what we talked about yesterday, the physical aspects of being a mother. And the physical changes you can see right away, but it's those emotional changes that people don't really talk about. What can you expect with those emotional changes?
Pregnancy is not linear, and as we just heard, we can hold space for what I call the both and. We can be both joyful for this new beginning and this new baby, but also overwhelmed. We can be both brave and a little bit fearful. We can be both confident and a little bit unsure. And I think when we create space for that multiplicity, not only of our emotions, but of who we are in the world, you're a mom and other things, that's an important part of the conversation.
I love and. I love that. Not or, and that the two both can be true.
Yes.
Both can be true.
Yes.
Okay, you're expecting, you're a mama and you're expecting. Just talk about some things that could be helpful for expectant mothers when it comes to their mental well-being.
Mamas to be, your energy is currency, so it is important to set some boundaries around that, including taking stock of the people, experiences, and situations that you feel like are energy drains. Be aware of that. Try to limit it to the extent that you can.
Especially on social media.
Especially, speaking of social media. So we talk a lot about the diet, keeping baby healthy, keeping mom healthy, but what you're consuming. Your media diet is also a consumption. Where are you scrolling on your social media feed? Is it uplifting? Are you watching shows like Good Morning America, which is meant to inform and uplift? So that piece of it is that we're constantly inundated with those notifications, and you might want to turn a little bit of that off or edit out your social media feed for sure.
Okay.
And then focus on joy and reflection. Was something that I did, I journal a lot, and that helps me process my emotions. A journaling prompt that really helped me was writing a letter to my baby when the baby was in my belly, and that kind of created that connection. And then I did a second letter to the women that came before me. And I'm a proud Latina, and I imagine that I was conversing with my abuelas who have already passed. So a little bit of a metaphysical prompt, but to me, it kept me emotionally grounded.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you share that so freely like that. Okay, now you've had the baby.
Yes.
Life's changed for the entire family. So now that you have the baby and you're, what are the steps that you should take then?
Ask for help and accept the support. You deserve the love that you're giving to others. And it's flattering to hear that moms are superheroes. Of course, we believe that. But just because the weight that you're carrying looks light doesn't mean it doesn't feel heavy. And it's important that we have the conversations where we actually empower folks to ask for the help that they need and create space for accepting that. You don't have to go it alone. Yeah. And of course, seeking professional help when is needed, but using your village and then focusing on the daily wins. Treating rest like a productive part of your day is crucial. Yeah.
And no is a complete sentence.
Oh, that's right. It is a full exclamation point.
You don't have to explain why you said no to something. And you have some affirmations that have helped as well.
One of the main affirmations I had was slowing down is a strength. So the words we speak become the house that we live in. So how you're speaking to yourself, especially postpartum, when your hormones are a roller coaster and you're sleep deprived, it can get unkind. So another mantra that I love, I am reclaiming my strength one breath at a time. And that incorporates another important element is using breath work, using aspects of meditation to literally calm on our nervous systems when the cortisol is rising and things can feel out of hand.
Oh, and I love affirmations, and it just really reaffirms, and to know that you're not alone. You're not alone, and that's what's so important about sharing and letting people know that, as you have done, and you've done a great job with that.
Thank you.
And helping people. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks for having me.
R squared to the rescue, Ginger. Where are you?
I'm loving this segment. I'm over here, and I'm talking baby too.
Right.
And now to a perfect gift for a new baby. Parents Magazine has announced its 2025 Best for Baby Awards, and editor-in-chief Grace Bastidas joins us with a great option for new parents. So tell me about the list and why it's so unique.
Well, we do these awards every year, and this year, parents, editors, and families tested over 300 products to land on the best. So we have over 100 winners that made it through for ease of use, value, safety, and overall satisfaction, including products for feeding, bath time, bedtime.
Yes, and tell me about this crib. It looks beautiful.
Yes.
But what makes it so special?
So this crib is made from sustainable materials, and it transitions into a toddler bed, a day bed, and a sofa.
It's got a long life.
So it's guaranteed to last for years to come so that your baby sleeps comfortably and safely. And parents love the sleek design and that it comes in different finishes.
I have to tell you that I was always looking for lists when I was going to be a new parent because it's like a whole new world you've got to figure out.
Too many options. Parents has you.
Well, now Parents has got you covered. You can find this crib and more on our website. And coming up on GMA3, we're going to have 6 more winners from Parents' Best for Baby Awards.
There is that too.
We're gossiping just like that. Cynthia Nixon is here, everybody. So excited to talk about the new season coming up.
I'm coming home. There's nothing but randos at the bar now.
Oh, okay.
For what it's worth, I would not put you in the rando category.
Nor I you.
Very nice grammar. Are you a teacher?
No, I'm a lawyer. But don't hold that against me.
A little taste of and just like that, there's Cynthia Nixon. And she's there with Rosie O'Donnell, and now she joins us right here. Thanks for coming in. Great to have you here. So tell us about the journey that Miranda's on in this season.
Well, you know, I feel like Miranda has 3 things she really cares about. One is her career, and she's doing pretty well with that. One is her love life, which she's decided she really wants to date women and non-binary people, but it's been 20 years since she was in the dating pool, and she doesn't know how to go about it. So
she's not used to the apps?
What? No, yeah, the apps, right, terrifying. And the third thing is her son, who has decided he doesn't want to go to college last season. And for Miranda, this is like basically
She's not controlling at all.
Right. This is like an unparalleled disaster.
It sounds like they give you a lot of fun.
Yeah,
to
there's a lot
work
of fun.
with.
And also, you know, it's fun to, I feel like our old show, our current show, are most quintessentially themselves when we're dating. Because that's, you know, that's really the origin of the show.
That was the origin story, exactly.
So it's fun to throw her back into that.
So we've had your sisters from the show
Yes,
on,
I
and
know.
Kristen Davis whispered in our ear that we have to ask you about a certain silver jumpsuit and the story that you had to wear it for an entire week.
Yes.
Okay, what is
well,
she?
so now, you know, our cast now has its, you know, its major characters, but then also we've got husbands, we've got partners, we've got kids, we've got friends, they've got partners, you know. So we're like a real tribe now. So any opportunity to like get us all together. So there was, I think I could say that it was Charlotte's birthday, because Miranda's very serious in the suits and all, but Miranda also likes to party. So she made herself the unofficial MC of Charlotte's birthday and really went to town.
For it?
Woohoo!
Sarah Jessica also told us you're the most hydrated person on set.
I carry around an enormous water bottle, which is always full from home with like mint and lemon. But the other thing is I carry around a pretty big, very strong green tea. So I'm just trying to balance them out. I really am just trying to balance them out.
When you said I also carry around, I was like, oh, wow.
Tequila, right?
It's silver jumpsuit. So we also learned, we really were chatting all about you. We love you. We also learned that you are quite the crossword expert. So,
that is so generous
if you don't
of her,
mind,
but-
we're going to play a little something. We want to showcase your skills.
Okay, all
Here,
right.
George.
I hope I don't, you know, put her to shame.
So we've created, our producers have kindly created this Sex and the City / and just like that inspired crossword.
Okay.
And zero pressure.
Zero pressure.
Have a look. It's all, we feel you're in your comfort zone.
Okay,
but
okay.
have at it. What do you think? The first one, for across, for example, prized shoe brand.
Well, that seems like it would be.
Do you want to answer them and I can write it? Which would you prefer? What's your
Sure,
preferred
no, I
method?
can do it. So it's
Okay.
across, Manolo, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay, one would think, God willing, Manolo. And I know how to spell it, which is great.
Yes, right. Okay, so work from there. You're the expert.
Carrie worked at Vogue, right?
I think so.
I think so. So let's wait. Winged creature or wedding accessory? Well, for Carrie, it's a wedding accessory, not for most of us. So I think that would be bird.
Yeah.
Right.
There we
Okay.
go.
Okay.
Well done.
Burger broke up with me on a Post-it. Well, everybody knows that.
Yes.
Okay, Post-it. Even people who've never watched the show know that.
Yeah, classic
Post-it.
episode. by the way.
Okay. Tulle garment, loved by Carrie, and ballerinas. Okay.
I mean, producers,
right.
that was a give me.
You know.
Beautifully done, beautifully done.
Desmond Tutu, you know, I think that's what it meant. Miranda's beloved nanny, oh, Magda.
Yes.
Magda, of
Classic
course.
Sex in the City.
All grown up, dating Lily. 3 down. You know, I think this is Brady, but like it was never really established whether they were dating or Miranda and Charlotte were just super paranoid.
Yeah.
Okay. The bakery made famous for cupcakes. Oh, Magnolia,
Wow,
right?
You are so good. You are
Magnolia. Okay, Magnolia.
Is this your favorite way to pass time between scenes?
Absolutely.
Yes.
And spelling bee and connections and all that stuff. Something party where Miranda and Steve
reconciled.
That was
What was
Brady's
that?
first birthday party or
So
second.
7 down.
So no, first.
Yeah,
first.
there it is.
Birthday. Okay, that's good. Okay.
I think we're 2 to go.
Name of dog and bar alike. Is that 8? Scout.
A great name for both.
And wait, what's this one?
6 across.
It's got to be Vogue,
It's
right?
Vogue.
It's Vogue. Okay.
And you were right.
Just to be sure.
The woman can do it all. There we go. Champion, actress, and friend of GMA, Cynthia Nixon, everybody.
Thank you. Such a pleasure.
And just like that, the segment's over, sadly, but season 3 premieres next Thursday, May 29th on Max. We will be there.
Thanks for watching us. And who's watching us right there?
Our
over there?
successors, the journalism students from the Annenberg School.
Yes, USC.
Have a great day, everyone.